Hey everybody, welcome to Mortal Content. I'm your humble host, Doug. Tonight I'm really happy because we are joined by two members of the band Kilrush, Todd and Tim. So welcome, guys. Thanks for coming to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, Doug.
Yeah, so we always start off, what are you drinking? Todd, what is in your glass? Let's start with you.
I have a 12-year Redbreast that was gifted to me by Tim's daughter as a gift for marrying her to her husband. I
very nice.
Officiated the ceremony.
So very nice.
Enjoying some of that.
Yeah, so how does that taste? I have not had that particular one.
Oh my God.
Tasty. It's
a regular 12-year. Yeah.
Very nice. I like the accompanying grin with it. So very nice.
I'm fully open to becoming the corporate shill for Redbreast.
Yeah. How about you, Tim? What are you drinking there? Clearly, you got something in your glass. What's up for you?
I'm drinking some Roe & Co. It's another small distillery in Dublin. Great stuff. Actually, yeah, it's actually a blend. It's great. I mean, if I'm not drinking Redbreast, it's probably that. So.
See. All right. Well, I'm going to go a little bit off the script for you, so I apologize in advance. My moniker online is Scotch for yours, so I'm going to go with some Scotch. So,
all right.
So this is Lefroy Glore. This is I love Lefroy. Very peaty brand of whiskey. So the Roe & Co. I've not had that. So how would you? So you said it's a blended, right?
Yeah, it's blended. It has it's a milder, less oaky than the Redbreast, a little less acidic than Jameson's. Real smooth.
So the smoothness is there. So that's what I was trying to get at. Sorry, I wasn't being very descriptive about what I was asking there. So do you guys do anything like, see, I'm pouring a smidge of water into my Scotch. Do you do any of that with your Irish whiskey at all or no?
I do on occasion. It does kind of help make it a little bit more aromatic. So bring it out a little bit, kind of like Scotch.
Yeah, I'll do a couple ice cubes sometimes, and that ends up.
Yeah, to each their own. However, they
can last that long.
Yeah, when so my wife and I went to Scotland and Ireland for our honeymoon, and we did a week in Scotland, a weekend in Ireland. And when we were in Scotland, they're like, always put some water in it. And there were some people that were putting like a half a cup of water.
Oh no!
Oh, like what are you doing? So, but yeah, cheers to you guys again.
Cheers.
Man, that'll put some hair on your tongue. That's nice and peaty. So, yum.
No, we that's some Scotch too.
I do that. I like the really peaty, smoky one. So that's kind of all in my wheelhouse. So,
yeah.
Diane says hi to you guys. So, hello, Diane. I'm not sure.
Hello, Diane.
Yep. So, guys, why don't you start? Let's start off pretty simple. Kilrush, what's the origins of the band? How'd you guys come together? Give us the scoop on Kilrush, if you could, please.
I can give you the lowdown if you like. About 25 years ago, I was doing solo gigs in regional bars around Corning and Elmira. And I started doing sessions in Elmira with just a small session group. And what that is just Irish musicians will get together and play a bunch of familiar tunes. And there happened to be a core group of guys who were meeting every week, and they called themselves Kilrush. And so I started joining in on these sessions and discussing how I like to do the solo gigs. Maybe we should, try some of this stuff out. And we did that. We did a few local gigs and then realized that if we wanted to play for more than St. Patrick's Day, we'd have to, change our format a little bit and rock it up a little bit. And that's kind of what happened over the years. Kilrush is the name of a town in Ireland where Tim Madigan's family was from. Tim Madigan was one of the original members of the band.
Okay.
Professor of sociology over at Mansfield. And he funny guy. I mean, he would make sure that his sociology students would listen to Irish music as part of his curriculum. And but anyway, over the years we kind of Kilrush is the name kind of stuck with us even after Tim wasn't with the band anymore.
So Todd, how did you get involved with Kilrush then?
Well, I was in between bands, and I got contacted on a website called Bandmix, which I describe that as Match.com for musicians. I mean, it's really if you just strip it down to what it is, it's what it is.
It's a dating site for musicians.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you put in what your likes, your dislikes, what you want to play, what you play, how long you've been playing,
Yeah.
I wants an accordion in the band, doesn't want accordion in the band, and so this guy reached out to me and was looking for a bassist, and I play bass, by the way, and so we. I think we emailed back and forth maybe twice, and he came over to the house and you brought Billy with you. We just sat in the basement and just played through songs, most of which of the songs that he had presented were songs I had already known.
Okay.
If you had told me a year prior to that time that I was going to be in an Irish band, I would have said you were nuts. I really didn't know much about it, but one of the bars in Elmira, New York, where I'm from, and it's called Horrigan's, would have Pat Kane, who's pretty much anyone who lives in our area has heard of him at some point. He would play there. He had a regular weekly spot playing there, so I've seen him a couple of times. So it was very much a crowd participation kind of show that he would put on. So you get to a lot of the standards, the
plays out a lot
trad stuff.
Show.
Yeah.
What was that?
I said he still plays out all the time. You can still catch Pat's.
Oh yeah.
Show.
I didn't catch Tim what you play in the band.
Well, I sing and I play the fiddle and banjo primarily, but I'll also play mandolin and guitar and whatever.
Cittern and
cittern. I play a cittern that was made for me by Paddy Bergen from New Zealand, just a beautiful instrument maker. And the tenor banjo, octave mandolin sometimes.
Man, that's the thing. So I have no musical ability whatsoever. So I always am like really floored when people go like, yeah, I play this. I'm like, that just seems like I would never be able to wrap my head around any of that. So I admire you guys being able to have all that ability.
I mean, once you have the music, being a musician is, the instrument can be anything at that point, and luckily, I mean, I've been playing stringed instruments since I was a kid, so it just kind of like was a natural, I picked up the fiddle I picked the fiddle around when I was around 19. I studied classical guitar when I was a kid and played folk and rock guitar. Actually, I played in a country band before I even picked up the fiddle, but I picked up the fiddle same year I met Charlie Daniels, and that was an accident. I was working at the Troy Fair as a grounds crew, just a kid helping the bands get load in their stuff, and I ran into this guy, big cowboy. And a few minutes later, I saw him on stage. I'm like, oh shoot, that's the guy. But I immediately started playing Irish music, though. It was I grew up with my father being a bit obsessed with the Clancy brothers and the Chieftains, and we just constantly had music when I was a kid. he would have us playing the whistles and singing along and playing guitar. It was a lot of that.
Yeah, like I said, I just find that interesting because I can't play a lick. I can't sing either. So there's like I just admire the shit out of that. So
I'm not really sure I can either, but I do it anyway.
I've seen you guys live. You can definitely sing. I'm telling you, it's fine. So I'm not sure what this means, but I'm gonna put the comment up. What is spree?
Oh, well, Spree was on our last, well, not our last album. 2 albums back, we wrote most of the album. 10 cuts on it, and Spree was the title track.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's one of our songs. Thanks, Trish.
Yeah, very nice. Said something. He plays everything. He's very talented. Look at you.
I got a big fan there, apparently.
Apparently, so. Anyway, so sorry about that, but like sometimes we're going to get comments. I'm going to throw them up because this is the thing. It's interactive, and people are going to comment. I want you guys to see it because clearly these folks like what you do, and that's super important. And I think it's really good that you guys know that that's the case. So.
Oh yeah, let's bring it on.
Yeah. All right. So so we got sort of the background. I'm going to jump into something a little different. So obviously there is a plethora of Irish music to choose from. What are some of your favorite songs to play live? There's a difference between I like this song and what do each of you like for your favorite songs to play live? It doesn't have to be, it could be something from your own albums. It could be just some standard Irish tune. So what do each of you like?
What do you think, Todd?
I mean, me personally, I tend to go more towards the more contemporary stuff, or the more rocking stuff. That's and it kind of speaks to the the fact that I wasn't raised on Irish music myself, and it's there's a few members of the band that come from kind of different backgrounds, and I think it complements our sound, having that everyone wasn't just trained on trad Irish music all their lives since they were old enough to pick up a bow. But like Flogging Molly type stuff, or one of a song that we've recently added to our set list is Another Round by Scratch, which was featured on the House of Guinness show on Netflix. I don't know if you've seen that, Doug.
Oh, no, I haven't. I've been meaning to, and I have not. And Todd knows I tend to watch a million different things, and so we got to. That is definitely more my wife's wheelhouse, though.
Some of the best cult documentaries I've ever seen have been you steered me to them.
Yeah, that's my obsession with another show. So yeah, I really appreciate you kind of plugging the cult stuff there, but
of course.
So what about you, Tim? What do you like playing? Where's your home in that area?
I kind of lean in the same direction as Todd. I mean, I love Irish music. Obviously, it's been something that's been part of my entire life. But and I love traditional fiddle playing without the electric guitars and drums. I like just that raw, very traditional sound. However, our concept was that we always wanted to rock up traditional music and not do the opposite. And there's a lot of, I'm not going to cut down any bands out there, but there are those who see the trend in Irish music and there are rock bands that are going to play some Irish tunes, and I think that the experience that you have with us is that we're doing the opposite. So you still get that real traditional feel still to what we do. And so I really enjoy when we get to do that. We've been playing another new set that we've been doing with Abby is something off of one of the Corrs albums, and it's just that whole idea. It's a traditional song, but it's rocked up. We do a few with that Natalie McMaster and Danelle Leahy had put out a couple years ago, and same idea. So but I love singing too. So give me a chance, I'll do it all.
Yeah,
I love it.
but and honestly, like I said, I've seen you guys live a couple times, and you can tell you guys really enjoy the shit of what you're doing, and that, like I said, that it's nothing worse than when you go to a show and you see somebody's kind of just sort of going through the motions, and that's not fun to watch.
Yeah. Well, we've got a philosophy. If there's one person out there or 10,000, we're going to play just as hard. And we do it. I mean, we love our fans and we love people to come see us, but we would just do it. We just have that much fun with it.
There've been, thank goodness it's been a while since we've had it, but we've had shows where we were playing for maybe 5 people at the start of the night, down to 1 and then none by the end of the night. And we would just look, well, we're getting paid to practice, boys. Let's
have a good time with it.
Yeah.
That's
shows where we're just not, it's just, maybe it's not ideal in some way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, you do need that energy to start out with.
Yeah, by the end of the night, you're not feeling any of that. You're just totally just into it, and the alcohol helps.
Do you guys have a cap of what you drink when you're doing your shows, or you're just like, no, we're fine?
I don't understand the question.
Sure, we do.
Sure, we do. Yes.
Wine, yes.
Yeah. I think I bought every time because usually my wife and I will go to, what's that place that it is at that we see you, Todd?
McGurk's.
Yeah,
we played there just a couple days ago, and I was gonna text you that, like, if you're thinking of coming out to McGurk's, don't, because I had to literally fight my way to the bar to get a beer. It was
it's
really something. They really packed them in.
Yeah, was that so? Why was it so packed? What did I miss?
They like the parade day.
Oh, it was a parade day. All right. I never keep track of that anymore because I'm too old and I just stay home a lot. But
they had been going all day with, I think we were the 4th music group.
So you got when everybody was nice and soaked.
Yeah.
You got everybody nice and soaked by the time you guys went on stage.
Exactly. That's the way to do it.
It really helped, though. I mean, the energy started right from the beginning. It was really awesome.
Yeah. So that was actually a question I had. What is it like performing on St. Patrick's Day? I mean, that's, if you're an Irish band, that's kind of like, here's our day. But like, obviously you sing other times and all that. But like, what's it like performing on St. Patrick's Day?
Well, it's chaotic. It's chaotic, and a lot of times, you see a lot of folks who aren't, used to going out and partying like that. And man, we have seen so many crazy things on St. Patrick's Day and parade days. I mean, some of them I'm not sure we can even talk about, but Scranton, for example, everything that happens there is insane. I don't know if you said this, but we've been playing together now it's 25 years. And I think this is going to be the first St. Patrick's Day that I personally am not playing on St. Patrick's Day itself.
Oh, okay.
And I recently moved to Maryland, started another job, and I was supposed to go for some training that day. So and it's a Wednesday, which makes things kind of difficult.
Okay.
But we're playing 3 shows this weekend, and we played 2 shows last weekend. I mean, it is still a really busy time for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I would like to mention that I used to live near Scranton, and that Scranton Parade Day is a mess. Yeah. Like, people start drinking at like 7 a.m. like kegs and eggs is a real thing there. Like I can imagine you guys had quite an experience down there, and there's quite a few Irish bars down there. Well, at least there used to be. I haven't lived there in nearly 20 years, but I used to, and parade day was a thing.
Well, when I say we had a great parade day, it was usually a great parade weekend because we'd start the night before, stay at a hotel or play at the university for the alumni. Huge crowds. It's crazy, and everyone loved Irish music. I mean, that's another great thing about playing around St. Patrick's Day. It's you can play sometimes at a bar that doesn't get Irish music. They can't appreciate. I mean, we bring the energy anyway, and then by the end they're like, "This is cool stuff." But when you play around the holiday or you play at the festivals, man, people, that's what they're there for,
Yeah. What is your assessment of Scranton Parade, Dave, Todd? Because I'm curious.
Well, to Tim's point about people just really appreciating the music and knowing the music, people you would not expect. We had done the college several years, and of course, everything is very locked down as far as how they handle the alcohol because it's a college event. So, everyone's, we're at this end of the gymnasium, the beer's at the other end. So you got to kind of wait for everyone to wait in the crazy long line and work their way after they've already got a couple beers in them by the time they make their way to us.
Lots of pre-gaming.
Yeah. But then you'd have some 19-year-old kid asking me, "Hey, can you guys play some song I've never heard
of? More,
some old, some old trad Irish song that I don't know it. Tim probably knows it, but I don't." And just amazed that these, all right, kids, know this stuff.
Yeah. And just because Todd didn't know it, that wouldn't stop us.
That's by no means a.
We did it anyway.
Yeah, the fact that I don't know it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, is it something where you're like, can you go like, "Hey, Todd, it's this rhythm," or like whatever the cadence is, and you'd be like, "Hey, do this," and he'd be like, "Okay," and then I was curious if that's how it went.
At the end of the day, I just play bass, so you just tell me what key it's in, I'll keep up.
Just like you're like, no.
I mean, that's sort of true. Not really. Come on.
Apparently,
there are a lot of times where, and I'm sure I'm a real irritating pain in the ass with this, but I'll just start doing something. Nobody knows what the heck I'm doing. And
that's been a while. That was usually towards the end of the night where there's a certain amount of alcohol that's been where it's enough to flip that switch. Where then Tim just starts playing whatever enters his brain, and we're like, "Well, I don't know what this is, but let's give it a shot." Right. And it doesn't end up being. It's not half bad by the end. So.
Yeah,
not half bad. That sounds like high praise, but sorry. There is a request for you to come somewhere to play.
And on the table, yes. We've
Boston, please. So,
call.
Yeah.
Have you guys played in Boston?
Not yet.
No, we haven't played Boston. But,
I think that's a goal, Tim.
Yeah. Well, I guess we can make some phone calls. We're playing all over the place anymore.
Yeah.
But we can get out to Boston. We played New York City a few times. We used to play the Catskills a lot. We played follow the interstate across the state. We played in every one of those towns. We're doing festivals have been a big part of what we do. And so when festival season comes, we play up in Hammond, New York, which is way up past by Ogdensburg, up that way.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're playing down near Dillsburg and near Gettysburg this April.
Oh, Dillsburg, that's down below like Harrisburg. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I lived down by Harrisburg too for a while, unfortunately. So I've lived in a lot of different places. Also, you know what? There's something that we should talk about, which I forgot, and thankfully a commenter made the comment. And let's talk about this PBS. Tell us about your thing with PBS, please.
I mean, I'm glad we have Trish out there. She's like got all the questions.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I need all the, and I put all these things, and I completely forgot the PBS thing. So please.
No, that's a very good. That's a good pull.
The first PBS show was what 2006. Is that right? I think. It
was before I'm in my 15th year, so I joined in 2011.
Okay.
So it was
Isn't it sad that it's like 15 years is only 2011? That sounds like it should be way earlier than that.
Yeah, like 15 years ago was still way in the future.
Yes.
An amazing year of 2011.
Yeah.
So yes, back then the band consisted of more of an acoustic act. We had myself, Dirk Steers, Colin Carpenter was playing with us. Dan Folker was on bass. Chris Sherwood was playing guitar and congas, and then we had Chris Sharman on, a drum set, jazz drum set. It was a pretty cool setup. Kilrush has gone through like some really big iterations over the years, changes, and that we happen to be the first large band that WSKG had ever had in their studio. So I think we were kind of an experiment, and we ended up having a great relationship with the producers there, to the point where a decade later we went back for a reunion show, and the band looked different. Chris Sherwood was still with us, and then we had Todd, Dave Rice, who plays the drums now. We also had Abby Dolan and Brian Casey. I got everybody right now, and which is pretty much close to our lineup now.
A quick side note.
Funny, I guess.
T-shirts that had the number 16 on the back. And if you look at our Instagram, our picture is what the front of the photo was. It was just like kind of that beer league softball shirt logo, and on the back just had the number 16. But every shirt said 16, and people would ask us what that meant, and we would just say it means whatever you want it to mean.
Yeah.
But the inside joke was that was the number of members that Kilrush had to date, and that was in like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
So Anyway, sorry.
Pretty much doubled that since then.
Yeah.
But part of that is we've had members come and then we've had members go. Chris Sherwood, who played with us for a long time, a decade and more, he played guitar, sang with us, did a lot of the media stuff.
Easily the longest lived band member.
Yeah.
Longest lived sounds a little ominous.
He's alive and well.
Sorry, that just said longest lived. Oh.
Yeah, we've lived to see him get his colonoscopy and post his pictures online.
Yes.
Hey, listen, as a man of a certain age, you should definitely get a colonoscopy.
Mm-hmm.
That's our PSA.
No, he came out of anesthesia, and there was just a certificate sitting on his chest, on paper certificate, and he's like, "Well, you know what? I can turn this into a PSA." So he did.
Oh, nice. How goofy was he when he came out of anesthesia? Because that's always.
I wasn't there.
We weren't there. Yeah,
you should have been. You should have been there.
Just
yeah, I mean, it was just yesterday. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Literally, yeah.
So,
but
okay.
So when Chris decided he was retiring, he's got so many things he's got going on. He's a writer and runs some local news websites. But when he decided to retire, we went back to with an older a guitarist we used to have with us. His name is Colin Carpenter, who's played in numerous bands in the area. I mean, he's been pretty much a hot commodity, and he just happened to be not with the band at the moment, and I think he stepped right back into that role, and we decided at that point that maybe we would change our format up a little bit more to rock out a little bit more, and we found a guitarist that Todd's been playing with, by the name of Phil Robinson, and I don't know if you know Phil. He's just fantastic. So we've got a really cool lineup right now. I get excited. I mean, when I know that we played like a warm-up set, but as that warm-up set gets on, I get more excited about what we're doing, because some of the newer stuff is really kicking ass.
Oh, nice. That's cool. So I wanted to just take a quick moment as I switched up whiskeys, because I love that Lefroy, but I wanted something a little smoother. So I went with a blended Scotch Monkey Shoulder.
Oh, nice.
Have you guys had this?
I don't know that one.
No,
Yeah,
I mean,
that is a nicely priced blended whiskey, which is a good entry point or Scotch. So, like, not every Scotch, everybody thinks Scotch is like, hey, it's just going to taste like wood fire and all that stuff. Not all of it does. So, anyway, but I went for that, and I put a little water in that. But
no, if you if you like Scotch, you need to. I don't think we have anything on the calendar for this year yet, but up in Casanova, New York, there's a restaurant/inn called the Braylock Inn that will play there for Robert Burns' Eve night, nice. And they'll bring in people doing Scotch tastings and beer tastings and things. But yeah, the Scotch is tasted some really interesting stuff that I think you'd appreciate. So
yeah, I like all that stuff. So it'd be interesting. Just as a side tangent, so my brother-in-law, who's a bourbon guy, like just drinks, and he likes it when it's like 120 proof or above, which I'm like, I feel like you're not tasting it at that point. But he sent us these little samples, right? So he sends us like 5 samples of a different thing, and he sends us this one, and it is like 116 proof. And my wife and I, all right, let's try it. And we just took each of a little sample. And I was like, I took a sip of that. I'm like, absolutely not. Like it was like it was like fire. Like, I just don't understand. Like, to each their own. Everybody drinks what they like. But man, that stuff was like, that was gasoline to me. It was just so strong. And I asked him how he drinks that without his intestines falling out, and he said practice. So, but anyway, so that was a little side tangent on bourbon. But regardless, so the PBS thing, you actually had a 10-year anniversary return. That's cool.
Yeah, and that was it's 2 years ago now, but that was also, we did that up on Hilltop in Elmira at the Hilltop Inn.
Oh,
and
okay,
they still play it throughout the year.
Yeah, that was the Expressions is the name of the show that WBNG, which is our local out of Binghamton, the PBS affiliate. They on that year started doing they would feature bands as well as a local business or a local restaurant or venue or what have you. And so it was kind of split between us and Hilltop Inn, which is
it's
a mainstay in Elmira.
Right. They've been there 75 years. Mike Sullivan has been in their family for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Diane said it was awesome, which is a very succinct way of saying that she really enjoyed the show. So cheers to that. So basically, you guys were like the MTV Unplugged for WSKG, apparently. Like, you started that whole thing.
I mean, Expressions existed, but long before we were a part of it. But we were the first big band that they had in there. And shortly after that, they had a great band, and they really started figuring it out after that. Their shows are awesome. They had Gandalf Murphy and the Slambovian Circus of Dreams, which freaking awesome band. And it was just so cool to be even put in the same series and year as them. That was awesome.
Yeah, was that intimidating at all to be like sitting there in front of cameras as opposed to being like being on a stage? That's a different kind of performance, right?
Yeah, I mean, the second time around was a really different from the first time, and that might be just because of technology and or how much they grew over the years. But the first time we did it, we had to do our entire show so that they could cue all the cameras and get everything right, and then we had to do it again in front of an audience.
No.
So we had already performed an hour and a half, and then brought in people and did it again.
So you basically did a 3-hour set.
Yeah, pretty much, and under the hot lights and yeah, you name it. It was a great experience we were still kind of a young band, but yeah, so cool.
Maybe is cool.
Maybe.
So question then.
Yes,
so
it's always been cool. Let's be fair.
So when you said they brought in people like a live audience, how many people was that live audience that you had?
Shoot, I don't even remember what the studio filled, but yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
okay,
maybe 100
maybe
people.
80.
Yeah, 80, 100 people.
I don't know. 100 might be pushing it, but
still 100 people is like under lights and cameras. That had to be a little bit interesting at the very least.
Yeah. We've been so lucky. We've played in every condition possible now, and that's good and bad.
So I wanted to ask a bit about. So you said you played up and down the Catskills. Like, what are some of your venues there that you really enjoy playing? Like, I'm not saying to shit on anyone that you don't. I mean, what venues do you really enjoy playing?
Well, we played a couple festivals out there for a while. We were playing for East Durham Irish Festival, but that kind of grew out of us playing it at a few local places. One of them was the Blackthorn Resort, the Blackthorn. In some ways, some parts of the band grew there. Some of our creativity kind of grew out of that spot. We played some crazy shows in the middle of the night with Colin, Dan, Patty O'Hare. We would literally go on at 3 a.m. sometimes.
Wow.
At this like on a Memorial Day weekend or in the summertime, and we'd be playing opposite of bands like Black 47 and Barley Juice and Bible Code Sunday. I mean, it was a wild time. And then you'd stumble to breakfast in the morning because everybody was hammered out of their minds. And then you look around and you see all these great musicians from all over the place and go, what the heck are we doing here? And then, but that kind of springboarded us into a few other shows in the area. We played, Kingston has a festival every year called the Holy on the Hudson, which it's just incredible sea of people out on this older round out area in Kingston. And they have 3 stages. We've been invited to play back there this year for the first time in, I don't know, over a decade and a half, I think.
It'll be my first hoolie. So it's
really? Okay.
My first hoolie. That sounds very Irish. My first hoolie.
I mean, we played adjacent to a hoolie, and to go back to T. Girl Bennett's talk about Tim being on tables. That is something that bears mentioning. That a common thing that you'll find at Kilrush shows is Tim on a table, and oftentimes, Kingston, Ontario.
That's a different Kingston, yeah.
Yeah, but Abby, our other fiddle player right now, she will often join Tim, as will Brian Casey.
Yeah. Now tables. We got three of us up on tables and on the bar.
One time, yes, oftentimes
yeah.
on bars, and the one time that we were in Kingston, New York, we played a bar where Tim was up on the bar and he broke the bar.
Oh no! That makes for a great story, but in the moment, that was like, oh shit, are we gonna?
I think they were kind of cool with it. There, the I don't know how to say this, but the legacy of us being up on tables comes, precedes us in ways, because that one show that Todd was talking about, we played in Scranton, they had come up to me and made me sign papers that the lawyers drew up that said I wouldn't
like a waiver.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Your reputation precedes you.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
So
it's our way of saying, we want you to dance on the tables.
We don't be responsible.
But if you do,
whatever happens after, we're out.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask, I know you guys go say you kind of skew more, you like a little bit more of the contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
So and I like the idea of you taking like trad music and kind of zhuzhing it up to be something a little bit more rock forward, which is, the thing is a lot of trad music is pretty sad and slow. Like not a lot, but there's a good portion of it that is My Long Lost Love, and there's They're Out at Sea, and there's a lot of different things. And I only know this because my wife and I, when we were in Ireland, we decided to go to this one place. That's it. All of them advertise trad music, whatever. That's kind of you're trying to get. We went to this little pub, and I mean, it was little. And we were sitting in this one corner, and there is down in there's like the bar, and then there's like this section. And they say when people are singing, you are to be quiet, and they will kick you out if you are loud. And I was like, holy shit. Like, I feel like I'm in school, right? So like, all right, gotta be quiet. But it was one of the most, it's one of those moments where you're just like listening to these people play. So it's like, and it's all age range. It's just like old guys. And then like this one girl came in who just graduated high school who was singing, and just like, she got up and she just sang. And everybody's like, all right, great, we're going to play. And it is like one of the really cool experiences I've ever had is hearing trad music in Ireland in this little fucking pub. There was this one moment where they're playing and everybody brings their own instruments. Like, it's just fascinating. And they're playing, and all of a sudden this guy, if he wasn't 90, I would be surprised. And he stood up and he started singing this very sad, slow song. And you could hear a pin drop in the whole place. And he was singing some song about, his long lost love and how he's waiting for her and be joining her on the other side and all the stuff. And like, my wife and I are like, I don't know what this is, but this is fantastic. Like, we were just floored. And it was like that was a trad music experience that actually felt like that's what trad music should be. So have either of you guys been to Ireland and experienced something similar where you're in sort of a trad music environment when you see that?
Well, I haven't been to Ireland. So
that trad scene that you're talking about, it exists as a network around the world. And there's even websites that are dedicated to it so that the trad musicians can communicate with one another. And you can find that same experience like in just about every town in the United States, Canada, all over the world. And Brian goes to Ireland quite frequently now. He and Abby have both performed sessions like exactly like what you're talking about on a regular basis in Ireland. But those same sessions exist here, and you can find the same music played the same way, and it's part of the oracle history of Irish music. I mean, it's part of actually the history of that we're sharing with one another by telling these sad stories, but but at the same time, it's it's respecting that culture and lineage and singing in that same exact way and playing fiddle styles that are from the different areas of Ireland. That's a tradition that's rather strict. And Kilrush, we love that. I mean, we respect that, but we don't exactly do that on stage. What we do on stage is something different, and we try to bring elements of that up on stage with us. But in the strictest sense, we would be asked to stop playing at a trad session if we did what we're doing. But that being said, I mean, the musicians in the band are like skilled enough that they do play in these sessions too. So I mean, that's what's really cool about it. I mean, I was joking earlier about Todd just being able to jump in and play something that I just start something off the top of my head. But Kilrush has really developed into this really awesome unit machine over the last few years where they could do that. I mean, we do it in our style, basically, but yeah, there's
I would like to say that I know Todd said poo-pooed it and was like, "Oh, I just play bass." But the thing is, if you're someone and you can play instruments, and somebody's like, "Hey," and then somebody's like, "I'm going to do this," or they just say and they just start doing it. Like apparently, Tim, that is something you are want to do. I'm going to start playing this, and the fact that your bandmates, even if they don't know it, can be like, "All right, I'm going to go in here and I'm going to just start doing my thing," and it's almost like jazz in that respect. Like everybody's kind of but you're doing something harmonious, like just like even though it might not be. All right, well, I'm playing this instrument and that guy's doing this, but like we can make it sound good together, even if I don't know exactly what you're doing.
And we do have a bit of a formula, like as we're going on how we're gonna proceed in any song or whatever. Anyway, it's just part of what we do, though. It's part of our style.
Yeah, I wasn't meaning to imply that you guys should just go rogue. I just meant like sometimes if some things go, you can freestyle. Yeah, that you could do the freestyle.
There's a lot, kind of adding on what Tim had said about, you don't necessarily have to be in Ireland to find that pub atmosphere or to find that session in which there's these kind of unwritten rules as far as when you sit in, when you don't sit in, and all that. And it's
right.
They've written songs about it. I'll admit I'm looking at these lyrics right now. I looked them up. I don't know them off the top of my head. But the Irish pub song by High Kings is one of the artists who have recorded it. But whether you sing or pull a pint, you'll always have a job, because wherever you go around the world, you'll find an Irish pub. And that's there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah. So Todd, you said you've never been to Ireland. Have you, Tim?
No, we're still waiting for them to invite us. I mean that's the other thing.
For waiting for them to invite us.
No. Geez, it's not for not wanting to. It's just I can give you a dozen excuses why we haven't together gone to Ireland. We talk about it. As a matter of fact, we've kind of like been talking here about setting up a time for us to go in 2027 as a group. So we're hoping that happens next year. My traveling with the fiddle has been to Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, which is a different part of the fiddle lineage that I've actually picked up on.
Well, those parts of like Nova Scotia and Newfoundland and all that, they have a lot of Irish roots because they came over in that direction. Right. There's quite a bit of it there, so that makes a lot of sense. Right.
Yeah, the fiddle. Well, most of the Scottish and the Irish that settled there. I mean, there was a point in around the time of the famine that it's known that five ships were immigrant ships came into Canada, where one came into New York a day. I mean, it was the amount of Irish that came in through Canada, Prince Edward Island, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia was literally 5 times what was coming in New York City. So and the more I look into my own family history, I find I just recently discovered there are literally records of over 200 Sanphys in Prince Edward Island in Nova Scotia in the late 1800s, which we didn't realize. Our family all came here and kind of lost track.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because like the United States version of that history is very much all the Irish came to New York City, not really
Right.
thinking about that boat went to Canada as well.
Right.
So, it's interesting that you're talking about. So my wife has a lot of family history that goes to Canada, but it's on the French side.
Right.
And it's interesting because they did a lot of different things, and they ended up more towards obviously like Montreal and Ottawa and all that stuff. But like the trek to get to there is the same. It doesn't matter. Like if you're coming from Europe and going into Canada or upper like New York or whatever, like you're still an immigrant coming to a strange land. Like so. What I think is really great is seeing your band and being like, hey, we're gonna pull this heritage thing, and we're gonna make sure that people can hear it. And we have St. Patrick's Day, and of course the Americanized version of that is just to get hammered and just like not care about like the lore of it. I was in St. Patrick's Day 26 years ago in Galway. And it was such a different experience. Like it was much more somber. It was a much more somber thing. Like I don't know how to explain. Like not that it was sad. It was just like it's a much more serious thing. And then everybody sees a parade, and it was like everybody kind of does their thing, and everybody goes to the pubs. And if you guys can ever get to Ireland, I will say Galway was by far my favorite city in that country. Galway is awesome.
That's what Trish would say. The same thing. She'll probably pop up and tell you that right now.
Galway is gorgeous. It's funny. It's like that,
Trish.
And it's like this whole thing where like you get the whole cobblestone streets. Now they have some modern shit in there, of course, because they had to modernize for certain things. But man, it's just funny because my wife and I were in a hotel, and I went out to go get our rental car. And it's the Irish experience on the coast, right? There was like snow blurries, and then it stopped, and then it got sunny, and then it was raining. There was like 4 seasons in like an hour. And then I went out to my car, and this elderly couple comes out, and this the wife goes, it's a wee breezy. And the listener goes, fuck right. And then I'm like, Jesus, can I have had a more stereotypical Irish conversation happen in front of me? It was just a funny thing. But what I will say is with the Irish folks there, like obviously we were in Scotland and Ireland, there's a different humor that happens between them. Like the Scottish folks are a little more playful. I feel like the Irish folks are like, I'm going to poke fun at you, and if you can take it, then you're good. Then we're good together. But if you can't take it, then you need to get out or just not talk. So I like I said, I'm speaking as someone who's been there twice, but that's just my experience. I don't know if that you get the sense of that from the culture. Is that how you guys get it?
I've actually thought about this a whole heck of a lot over the last couple of decades because we sing a lot of, I know hundreds of traditional songs, right? And it tells a story. There's a lot of immigrant stories, and there's a lot of stories about Ireland itself, etc. But the history that we have here in the United States and Canada, the Irish here are having a different experience than they had in Ireland. And there's a lot of different history here. So I've often thought, like, how do we address that as a modern Irish band? How do you write songs about that? Because, so many songs are nostalgic and telling stories of, but how do you write modern stories about that? And, bands like Flogging Molly and Gaelic Storm and Black 47, they've done a really great job of telling this American Irish experience as well. I think it's opened a door to a whole new type of genre within Irish music, and it's I think that's kind of we're on the edge of that with what we do. but I've thought about that a ton.
So not thinking U2 is part of that. Sorry.
No, well, no. I mean, I think you're being funny, but
I am being funny. Sorry.
No.
I mean, that's a rock band.
And they were very political early on. That's the thing. They were super political early on, and then they kind of got a little more mainstream. So there's that. But
sometimes you just write songs so the people can be happy, you
Yeah.
know, or can relate to it. Or, I mean, we sing a lot of songs that aren't happy. They don't realize it because we sing it in a happy way, you know. but I can talk a little bit about politics and music and my feeling about it. I understand that you can have a platform where if you have to be responsible with it, you know, and again, my perspective is I want people to be entertained. I don't care what your background or what your beliefs are. I want you to have a good time and enjoy your life, enjoy life. That's what music is to me. And so I think you have a responsibility to the people you're singing to or singing for, not to necessarily, you know, change their culture, but just to, you know, enhance what's going on around them. So I might have more opinions about that, but I don't want to use my platform for that. You know, I really enjoy just the entertainment factor.
But that's the thing is that if that's your platform and your platform's like I want to entertain people, then that's what you should do. Like other people can do the super political stuff. Like you don't have to do that. So like and if you're hey, we're gonna have a good time here, and if that's your platform, that's fucking awesome. Like just the more fun, the better, you know, because Lord knows we have a lot of shit that we have to kind of wade through in just regular life. So why not have a good time when you're out? So, and listen to good music and hang out and have beverages and just enjoy yourself. So cheers to that.
Exactly. I mean, it's so many of the traditional stuff is it's about death, or it's about love, or
death, or love and death.
It's about alcohol, or it's about love of alcohol, or it's about the alcohol leading to death, or you know. But a lot of it is fiercely political, and a lot of people would argue you have a responsibility that you've been given a voice to use that voice to, you know, drive the discussion to, you know, make the world a better place, whatever. Yeah, we could do that, and a lot of other bands do that. You know, we could talk about bands that do that, you know, to this day, all day long.
Dropkick Murphys.
Yeah, I was going to say it, but yeah,
I'll say it. You don't have to take it back. I'll do that.
Yeah, I love their music. I love those guys. I love their songs. I don't agree with that. You know, that's just me.
And that's totally okay.
Yeah. At the end of the day, we're here to talk about nothing that matters. Yet it matters so much.
Yeah.
You know,
but joy matters. That's the thing is joy matters. Happiness matters
so much. And you have these weird times that we're in that you just want to be able to say, all right, look, we're just gonna turn to art or music or love stories, fantasy, whatever your thing is. And yeah, I could say, all right, instead of alienating potentially half or more % of my audience, I'm going to choose to, if such a thing as politics or whatever didn't exist, you'd find that all of these people have so much in common.
Yeah.
When you're just focusing on the music
and I don't know what most people's beliefs are about a lot of things, but so many people will still come up to us at the end and say they loved music, they had a great time, it reminded them of family members or times where they were with family or another, you know, and that's really what we're looking for, you know.
Here's this question that just popped into my head. is there a song that you guys do that is like the most sung along song, like the song that everybody will sing with you? Is there a song like that for you, or is there like multiples? It could be multiples. I don't know.
I don't know. It always amazes me. I get excited, but I'm also amazed just to see people singing songs that we've written.
Oh,
Like
that's
I'll look
cool.
out there and see somebody singing all the words to something that we wrote. Blows my mind. It just that always blows my mind. Gosh, I don't know.
In fairness, that Tim has written most often.
Apparently, someone knows all your songs. So
Yes, she does.
So I was just curious because like that tends to be something that happens in a lot of Irish music. That
Well, there's some Irish songs that
experience.
everybody knows. Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah.
some of those traditional songs that people have been singing since they were little kids. So it
Yeah.
really will resonate with just about everybody out there.
Yeah.
We have such a range of people who are just like can relate to what we're doing.
Yeah. It's interesting because like if I look at like we always like everybody talks about heritage and all this stuff. So for me, like most of my heritage is Scottish, and then I have some Irish and Welsh. The only thing I don't have is English. So like it's like a lot of that resonates with me in interesting ways. So like I said, being in a place of trad music where they're actually doing these traditions and different people are singing, like there was a real connection to all of it in a way that's kind of hard to explain if you're not experiencing it. Which I imagine when you guys are playing, there's a homogeneity to that where you're just like you're all in it together, and it's just like you're with your friends, and we're singing, we're playing music, we're having a great time. And I imagine it's like that for you guys when you're performing. At least sometimes I would imagine, yeah.
I would say probably most of the time we'll find that there is just a community of people who just like to come out to hear.
Okay.
So yeah, and a lot of the like a lot of the places we play are that is our focus group, really. I mean we try to with the style that we've picked up, we try to like get into different other venues, but people just really want to relate to what they're more familiar with.
Sure. All right, so I have a tremendously important question for both of you. And I mean, this is the most important question I'm going to ask you the entire night.
Okay.
Are you both ready? What is the best whiskey? Your favorite whiskey? This is an important question.
It's really, really difficult question.
It is.
It is. Some days it's this one. It's usually the whiskey I got in my hand, right? I mean, that's usually the whiskey that's my favorite.
It's funny you say that because it's like well, Tim's girlfriend is studying to become a sommelier, and did I say that right?
Somewhere.
I've had a lot of whiskey. Did I say that?
You
right?
said correct.
All right, good. So she was asking me what kind of wine I like. I tend to steer towards white, but I mean, at the end of the day, whatever wine is in the glass right in front of me, that's my favorite whiskey or my favorite wine in the world. And it kind of goes with whiskey too, where I can tell the difference between different whiskeys, of course. But I'm far from what is to be gained at the end of the day by being this, I don't want to say snob, but limiting yourself to only drinking a certain caliber of anything, wine, whiskey, coffee, name it.
I disagree with you, Todd. I do.
That
Oh,
if
okay,
you're
good.
limiting your own happiness by doing so, that like I have to have this in order to be happy, when I can just be happy with this is what's right here in front of me makes me happy. That's
Well, there is
that's where I
that,
live.
and I have to say that there's that 80% of the time for me, but there are I think we can thank Brian Casey for expanding our palate for the whiskey.
Oh,
Brian's a
yes,
Costa player in our
absolutely,
band, and
100%.
he has brought a lot of whiskey to us to taste over the years, and sometimes literally lined them up and we tasted. Um, I can list a few whiskeys that I would drink. Anytime, I mean, so we get a lot of shots. I mean, people bring us shots all the time. So we're not going to say no to Jameson, but it's not the whiskey I go for. I'll be honest. I mean, if I'm going to mix it with ginger ale,
In fairness, Jameson's great.
but
Wonderful. If
this
you're
rum was
watching,
pretty good. Tyrconnell is really good.
yes, we will absolutely and entertain the possibility of
I hear you.
being sponsored by you in your company and your very fine product.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Green
Manifesting.
Spot, awesome whiskey. Green and yellow spot. Again, Tyrconnell. I'll tell you a quick story if I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I was with Kilrush, I was doing solo shows, and there was a bar in Corning, New York called the Snooty Pig.
oh God, it's going
Yeah.
back.
Yeah, so it was a long time ago. It was like literally 25 years ago. And I played every Friday night. I did this solo thing. And the owners there, great people, they had 10 Irish whiskeys lined up on the back of the bar right in front of the mirror with the lights on it and everything. And I would start, and I got to 4. And the 4th whiskey is what you're drinking right now. And that Redbreast became my favorite whiskey for at least 2 decades now. So if there is a favorite, that's a good one. Now, I drink other stuff, obviously. And Mackenzie's makes a great whiskey too. Right here on the Finger Lakes. They're making a great Irish whiskey. You got one right there?
Earlier in the night, I also brought down
Yeah, there you go.
Great minds think alike.
The bourbon whiskey.
We do a show there a year where that's how we get paid.
That's a worthwhile payment.
And that's the
They
arrangement we made.
I mean, you could be, I'll say it, you could be an ass about it and just basically say, okay, well, I can pick from anything on this wall. I'm just going to pick the most expensive thing. And there you go. I got paid. But yeah, anything, you're not going to go wrong.
Their rye is awesome, and so is their Irish.
Oh, if I've got their rye. Yeah.
Have either of you had? I've had it, and I bought 2 bottles of it, and then since then, where I used to buy it, it just disappeared. There was this peated Irish pot whiskey called Connemara.
I don't know if I've had it.
I have to let me see if I can find an image of it, and I can pop it up here. Hold on. Oh, it's named after a region. That's not what I wanted. I wanted
Connemara, it's Ireland.
I wanted the actual bottle.
I went and picked this up today. At a local liquor store, and I got to the counter. And the guy's like, "Have you ever tried?" Oh shoot, what did he have me drink? The Quiet Man. You ever try Quiet Man? Apparently, there's a whiskey.
No.
And there's one that's more peaty, and then there's one that's a blended like this. That it's even lighter. I mean, it even looks like honey compared to this. It's quite clear. I think that'll be my next bottle. It was really good.
The Quiet Man. I need to find because that's a great name for a whiskey.
Yeah.
An absolute great name. So this is what I was talking about. This is Connemara.
Oh, I've seen that. The cat. Look at that.
It is one of the singular best whiskeys I've ever had, and it was like $23.
Yeah.
Now that again, I bought that like 5 or 6 years ago. That could be $40 now. I don't know.
I'm finding that anywhere from 35 to $90, depending.
Yeah, but if you see the color in the image there, you can see how light that is. I mean, that's a really, really light peated whiskey. Most peated whiskeys are fairly dark. So yeah, that man, I couldn't tell you how if I can find that for you, Todd, I will buy that and give that to you because that is a superb bottle of whiskey.
Oh, you're one of the good ones, Douglas.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they all say. No, not really. But all right. So thank you for that. That was a good I knew that would generate some really interesting conversations. So I have one other bonus question before we go because I want to keep this an hour and a half. Underrated Irish foods. What's your underrated Irish food? Shepherd's pie is not allowed. Everybody knows fucking shepherd's pie. Give me your underrated Irish food. Because I'll start. Mine is Cold Cannon.
That was going to be my answer.
Cold Cannon is fucking delicious. And it's simple. It's potatoes and cabbage. Like how do you and butter? Like
it's so good. Cold Cannon, definitely.
Todd, any input? Are you
going to get mad at me, Timothy?
Oh shoot! What do you say?
Underrated?
Yes.
Fucking Shamrock Shake. If we're talking underrated, I mean, there's so much.
All right, they're damn good.
A Reuben is never going to be underrated ever. Anywhere you go, no one's going to ever underrate a Reuben. And I think the same can be said for bangers and mash. Although one year, Chris Sherwood and I got to enjoy some wonderful cheddar bangers and cheddar mash at Grist Iron on
the lake. On the lake, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Spent several St. Patty's days there. But again, no one's going to underrate that.
No, because it's a pretty common one.
It's got to be the shake.
Cold Cannon is one of those it's like when you have it, you're like, why did I not know about this? This is like excellent. It's super simple and like, I if anything has potatoes in it, I'm 99% going to be all in on it. I just fucking love potatoes.
I love to cook. It's one of my joys, and experimented a lot with Irish cooking over the years. And there's a couple meals that I love to make. One is a Guinness stew, beef tip stew that I serve with some mashed potatoes in a crock. That's really good. And there's a couple soups that I really love to make, and one of them a few years back, according to the cookbook that I got from Ireland, it was they challenged the chefs at the time when I don't know, there was a point in time where there was a culinary movement in Ireland where they really wanted to express what it was to be Irish, and so they challenged these chefs to come up with use the staple ingredients of Ireland to come up with these major portions of a meal. One of them was a soup, and it's something I never really knew. I mean, I'm not Irish, from Ireland Irish, so I don't know what their staples are. And what they had was they needed to utilize zucchinis, blue cheese, and rashers, which is an Irish bacon.
Yeah.
And this soup it's a potato and leek based soup that has blue cheese and rashers, and then a shredded zucchini in it. It's incredible. It's really good. It's got the smokiness and the blue cheese going on all at the same time.
Yeah, you had me a blue cheese.
Great. Oh, you like blue cheese?
Oh yes.
I'm the opposite.
Oh, really?
I really dislike blue cheese. I've had 2 instances of blue cheese that I really liked. And what's interesting is, so I do a show on Fridays with my friend Greg that's called Speakeasy Conversations, where we just We bullshit. We had a cheesemonger on from Syracuse.
Huh.
And Todd, if you ever get to Syracuse, go to this place called the Curd Nerd. They have awesome fucking cheeses. And when I went, I said, "Can you come on our show?" She's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "How about we do a beer and cheese pairing?"
Wow.
And she paired blue cheese. I think, if I remember right, it was with an IPA.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I was like, okay. And it was fucking delicious. It was absolutely delicious. I would never in a million years have paired blue cheese with any beer. And she was just like, no, with the hoppiness of the IPA, you're going to taste. And I was like,
That's really it.
It was superb. Yeah. So, but it was like a really good blue cheese. Like it's not like a blue cheese. You go to the supermarket. Here's this shitty blue cheese that's crumbled. That's whatever. But
but
like
from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Sunday, Timothy.
Okay.
I'm telling you guys, if you can go there, there's a lady named Sarah who's the owner, and her husband run it, and we saw her the last time we were there, and it was, I think, a couple weeks ago. We were actually in Syracuse. We had to go up to IKEA because they opened an IKEA in Syracuse, a mini IKEA.
Gosh, we went.
Really?
What an experience!
IKEA is fucking awesome. My wife loves IKEA, and it's a mini IKEA, so they don't have everything.
Oh, it's real narrow.
Yeah, but it's excellent. And we went to the Curd Nerd before, and unfortunately, the lady's there. She's like, "It's a cold season. Not many people here." So we spent I think $150 on cheese.
Wow.
Because I know her, so I'm going to support her business because she's a small business. She's a cheesemonger. They don't make fuck tons of money. So I was like, all right, let's just go. But they have cheese there and they will give you a sample of anything you want, as many samples as you like. You could sit there for an hour and sample every cheese.
I'm 100% sure we're going there Sunday.
I'm 100.
So we have 3 gigs this weekend. Friday night we're at Wellsboro House, and these guys make a Kilrush Irish IPA red. How does
or like a red ale?
Irish red ale.
Irish red.
Irish red ale with the Kilrush logo attached to it.
And it's 11.5%.
Holy fuck, for red ale?
Yeah.
Red ales are like 6%.
No.
I knew their Quadzilla was.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we got that going on Friday night. Saturday we're going to be at Hazlitt at the Oasis.
Always a good time. Can't go wrong there.
And
if you're around, folks.
Syracuse. What's that?
If you're around, folks.
Are you pointing at me?
Hazlitt on Saturday. The 14th.
Yeah.
Pie Day. Also my birthday.
Yeah. So I can't recommend the Curd Nerd enough. You guys will enjoy it. It's a little place.
Definitely going.
They have a little section where you go and they call them orphans, which are things where they have little pieces of blocks left. So they just make little chunks and you can just buy whatever the fuck's in the orphan. It's like potluck. Oh, I want
to adopt some cheese.
And everybody wants to adopt cheese, right? So
oh God. I would sell my actual
I don't know what
child to replace it with cheese.
Yeah. So, Todd, I have a question. Is your wife into cheese? Does she like cheese?
Oh yeah.
Okay, then go there and get her some cheese. I'm telling you, she will love you for it. I've met your wife, and she's fantastic. But I'm telling you, if she likes cheese, go to the Curd Nerd. You will not be disappointed.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the Curd Nerd.
Yeah. So, hey, I wanted to thank you guys for popping on here. I thank you for just kind of giving me more of an education on Irish music. My knowledge of it is fairly limited. I work with Todd, to full disclosure here. So I just stumbled into the idea that you guys were in Kilrush. I was like, great, cool. Where are you playing? And we would just go. And I completely whiffed on seeing you at McGurk's, and I apologize. Usually we make an appearance.
Okay.
The best part about going there is if you go there sober, watching the people watching on St. Patrick's Day is just, if you're not drinking, it's an experience because because everybody's so drunk on St. Patrick's Day that I'm like, I'm not drinking because I want to be sober enough to see where these people are driving. I want to keep away from
Keep away from them.
So
It's a parade day is that's an experience all to itself. That you have to be okay with lots of people. You got to be okay with lots of people that are right freaking here. And yeah, so this year 2026 is outside the norm, where we're going to be at McGurk's several times. So if you live in the Binghamton, New York area, we're going to be there again in June. So it's June.
all right.
June 12th, 2026.
Great, because I do not like, my wife and I have been doing like concert things. We're going to see Evanescence in June.
Ooh.
My wife likes Evanescence, so it was like that was a birthday present for her. So we can probably make the McGurks. That would be really cool, because then it won't be the drunk
no parades that day.
Yeah, so it'll be better. But
Yeah,
so
I gotta plug our new merchandise real quick.
yes, please do.
Yes. Yeah.
Jill has done an incredible job with all our new merch, including these pins.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Where can we get all that?
Well, you can actually get them through our website. You can contact our merch gal directly that way. But we'll have everything at the shows as well.
Yeah,
Is
right
it
there at the bottom of the screen, the killrushmusic.com. That's only one L in Kilrush, folks. We have nothing against progressive.
You don't want to you would progressive Canadian rock bands?
No, nothing against them at all.
Yeah,
In my other band that the Kilrush member Phil Robinson is also in, we cover a couple Kilrush songs, or a couple Rush songs, I should say. But yeah, Kilrush Music. That's where you're going to find our website, our Facebook, our Instagram, our I won't even bother our Twitter. We don't do anything with that. But yeah, everything that matters.
Yeah. So I'm going to bring in my cohort from my Friday show here, so he can have a few comments here before we go. So we're going to bring in my guy Greg. Greg, hey,
what's going on, Doug? How are y'all doing?
How's it going, man?
Cool. What's going on, y'all?
Hey.
Nice merch. Nice merch. Nice
all right,
merch.
thank you. Yeah. This is the Moody
good
sweatshirt.
Yeah. So do you have just not just the hoodies? You also have like t-shirts and shit.
Like yeah, we got colorful ones too.
Okay, good. So yeah.
So I was a little late, Doug. I came late, and y'all were talking about beer, so that kind of interests me.
Yeah. So bring on your beer takes. Let's go. I was talking earlier about when we had Sarah from the Curd Nerd on for our beer cheese thing.
And then y'all were talking about cheese. Yeah. Little background for me, y'all. I live in Wisconsin, so we got the beer and the cheese down, kind of,
Okay.
A little bit.
But no, how are I miss a big portion of this. How are y'all celebrating St. Patty's this year?
I'll let you go first, Tim.
Well, I've been celebrating for the last 25 years for St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
But this one
that's how y'all roll, I hear.
Yeah. But yeah, we had a bunch of gigs this weekend, and I think the band in general is going to sit and jam out on St. Patrick's Day itself. Just kind of do our own little thing. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Todd?
Yeah. Oh, well, anyone who's watching in the Elmira, New York area, there is going to be a session at the Ancient Order of Hibernians on Kenyon Street in Elmira, New York.
Ancient Order of Hibernians.
I'm thinking I'll make an appearance there.
Nice.
Unless anything comes up.
Greg, what about you? What do you got going St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, man. I'm always open to do things, but I'm a brewery guy, and I mean breweries do some things, but I think St. Patty's is more of like a bar thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's become one.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't really, and I think we're seeing less and less green beer. Is that true, Doug?
I don't know. That's them. They are out in St. Patrick's Day. I'm not out that much.
Well, but Doug, like we're in the beer thing. We see them,
I don't.
you know what I mean, that sphere. But I haven't seen them. It seems like they've grown less in popularity.
I think people are learning to respect beer a little bit more now.
Yeah, and I think that kind of leads to us seeing like the Irish stouts and the Irish reds during this time, at least.
Yeah.
But I'm a brewery goer, so I see that, if that makes sense.
By the way, Greg, did you hear Tim talk about the brewery that had an Irish red that was 11%?
Yeah, that sounded a super imperial one or something, right?
Yeah.
I came in like right at the I came in right at the
Woo,
end.
baby.
Jumped off the beer. Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty sure at the debut, when that beer came out, the brewer himself lost his legs right in the middle of the dance floor.
Right.
He just flat out.
Right.
It was a good time.
Right. But I mean,
No.
an Irish ale being a low ABV, I mean, I guess it works, right? But like one that has a big ABV makes more sense.
It does.
Y'all big
Oh.
drinkers. Y'all big drinkers. So
We'll be finding out for sure.
You gotta be careful with that, with the volume.
Beer aside, I know that Chicago is still dyeing the river green on St. Patrick's.
Is it?
Yeah. Hey,
Absolutely.
good on them, I guess.
Yeah.
So, guys, listen, I want to thank you again for popping on. If you want to hang out a little bit afterwards, Greg and I will blab about some other things. But I want to talk a little about next month. Next month, we're going to have an interesting guest because this is so those of you who have done the Speakeasy Conversation, we have a friend named Zach Rosenberg who just makes the most buck wild fucking comments you could ever think of. And I don't even think we could put them on the screen half the time. So we're going to have Zach come on here, and he's going to talk vinyl and video games. So he is a collector of video game soundtracks on vinyl. So, and just like he's got such an interesting view of all that, like his collection of vinyl is like extensive. Like I am not a vinyl person, but he is, and he'll go on like sites and pick up like these drops that are in Japan, and just like it's fascinating. It's like this whole subculture that I know nothing about, and part of this show is me learning about things that I don't know much about. So so we're gonna have Zach on next month. That will be April 14th. So please join us at 9 p.m., 6 p.m. PST. Zach is West Coast, so he'll be wanting to have the show go for like 18 hours, but we're not going to do that. So, please join us next month. So, Tim, Todd, any last words before we?
Any last words? Well, no. Thanks for having us on. This has been awesome. Always good to talk about Irish music this way and drink whiskey at the same time.
Yeah. Not a bad combo, right?
Anytime you want to just, find a reason to sit around on the internet and drink while shooting the shit about whatever, you look us up.
This has been a show about guys and beers drinking whiskey.
I thought about this going into tonight. Is this potentially the pilot episode of a Kilrush show of sorts?
Don't tell me I need to trim my beard down, because my wife would be very upset if I trim it down.
I was trying to go for a full down in gall, but I went out of my mind and had to trim it back to this here last week.
Yeah. I think once you get to a certain point, the only part that it gets to me is like sometimes it gets to like this length.
Oh gosh.
And if I'm laying in bed kind of looking at my phone and it's like tickling my fucking chest, like, all right, time to cut this shit down. That is the only time I trim down, except on the sides. My wife will do that. So.
No, I was told just a couple hours ago that I need to trim this down because I've got, for the first time, enough that I can actually like hold it in my fingertips, which isn't saying much, but more than I usually would have before trimming it down.
Let's
So, yeah.
tell her
A lot of-
tell her you're in your wizard phase and just move on. It'll be fine.
That's right.
I was going for the Logan look for a while.
Oh yeah. See, I can do that a little bit. I pull it out.
Yeah.
But the problem is when I do this, I look a little bit like the guy from Paranorman, like the ghost from Paranorman, and that's not that great. So yeah. Anyway, guys,
I'm
thanks
told I
again.
just look homeless.
All right. Well, cheers, man. Thank
Cheers,
you.
man. Thank you guys for being on. If you want to hang out for a minute, we'll blab and have more whiskey. Thanks again, guys.
All right.
Cheers.
Thanks.